Bad flops news exposed. Freakout PR kid after Netflix fiasco and public stunts, and Ridge goes mad dirty divorce ploy sink Netflix. Meghan Markle's Netflix train wreck is crashing hard, and I'm here to spill the tea. With love, Meghan is tanking. Ratings are in the gutter, and she's losing it big time. Welcome to Royal Riff-Raff, where we're tearing into her 5 flops. She's blaming sexism and us uneducated peasants. How dare she? Did she ditch anti-Trump rants to save it? Nope, still a mess. Her career's toast and her press tour. Yawn City. Stick around, this royal meltdown's too wild to miss. Right, hold onto your hats. Meghan Markle's with love. Meghan has smashed into a wall on Netflix so hard, I'm practically rolling on the floor laughing at the wreckage. This show's an absolute train wreck. Rotten Tomatoes is bawling its eyes out with a measly 33% from the critics. And you lot out there, the real deal, slap it with an even sadder 18% audience score. Blimey, that's a kick in the teeth. 62 of you are tearing into this flop like it's a piña. Let's set the stage proper. Meghan's flouncing around in some swanky rented Montecito pile, all dolled up in designer clobber, acting like she's about to rewrite the cookbook for the ages. Oh, please give me strength. She's out there slicing up blueberries. Who in their right mind chops blueberries? And sprinkling edible flowers on every blasted thing like she's discovered fire. You're not swallowing this nonsense. Tried to watch it, painfully unwatchable, too damn right. My gran was Russ. Now, let's dig into the gory details. The numbers are a slaughterhouse. This disaster clawed its way to number 6 in the US for about half a heartbeat, then took a nosedive right out of the top 10, and that's with Netflix chucking millions of quid at it. You're spitting feathers. Who's the daft Netflix exec who paid her millions for this tripe? Fire him yesterday and send him the bill. I'm with you all the way. Someone's got some explaining to do. They slashed the marketing budget to P. But here's where it really stinks. She's parading this posh lifestyle like it's something we're all dying to copy. Tea houses, rainbow fruit platters, beehives she hasn't checked in months. Come off it. You're raging. She's showing off privilege while we're scraping by to put supper on the table. Too bloody true. Who's got the cash or time for her flowery claptrap? Not a soul I know. One of you snapped. It's a pointless waste of money and time. Netflix should have axed it before it aired. Coulda. And the show itself, what a shambles. She's not cooking, she's faffing about with pre-made nonsense and calling it genius. You're not fooled. It's not cooking, it's moving veg from one bag to another. Too right, my cat could manage that with a paw tied behind its back. One of you raged. She's cutting up fruit and acting like it's rocket science. Who does she think she's kidding? No one. That's who. She's got her hired help doing the real work off camera, then swoops in to take the credit tip. You lot are bringing the fire, and I'm living for every word. Someone cracked. She's cooking up failure with a side of cringe. Absolute gold sums it up perfectly. Another one landed a beauty. Netflix should have paid my gran instead. Better stories, cheaper price, and actual food. I'm in stitches. She's been trounced by a pensioner's tea tray, and we're loving it. One of you roared. It's so bad it's embarrassing, childish, even too true. It's like a school project gone wrong. And the killer blah. So, let's lay it out straight. This is a flop of biblical proportions. Is this her big shot at Hollywood glory? Not a chance. It's a belly-up disaster. And you're all whooping as it goes down in flames. Next up, how's she pinning this mess on us? Buckle up, it's about to get spicy. Meghan Markle's got some nerve. Her Netflix flop's a steaming pile and she's blaming us. She's out there wailing that with love, Meghan tanked because of sexism and misogyny, and we're all too uneducated to get her genius. What a load of rubbish. 87 of you are spitting mad about this, and I'm right there with you. She's got the cheek to call us dim while her show's circling the drain. She's on this press tour, flapping her gums about how this series was meant to educate us poor sods on being resourceful women through cooking, no less. You're not having it. How dare she call me uneducated when I've been a woman for 72 years, Too bloody right. You've raised families, run homes, juggled jobs, all without her cutting up blueberries to show you how it's done. One of you snapped, "I've cooked for 58 years, she's got nothing to teach me, damn straight she's." Then there's this sexism card she's waving like a flag, says we hate her show because she's a woman. Oh, come off it. You're tearing that apart. Pamela Anderson's a woman and her show's smashing it. Too true. We've cheered for Martha Stewart, adored the Princess of Wales. We love women who bring it, not wingers who blame us for their flops. One of you roared, "It's not misogyny, it's you, Meghan. Spot on, she's the problem, not our taste." Another one fumed, "She's insulting us for nah." She's doubling down, though claims we're review bombing her with fake criticism. What a laugh. You're raging, the show sucks, and she calls us stupid for saying it. Too right, it's not a conspiracy, it's just the truth. She's out there gaslighting us, saying we don't get her vision, mate. We get it, we just don't want it. One of you hissed, "She's so condescending, I almost got nauseous. I feel you, her arrogance is enough to turn your stomach." Another one snapped, "I've got a PhD. Her tune's getting old fast, every flop's our fault, never hers." You're not blind. She blames everyone but herself, typical, too bloody true. She's trashed the royals, ditched her family, and now she's turning on us the cheek. One of you raged, "She's a bully hiding behind excuses." Nailed it, she's pointing fingers while her show's a joke. Another one hit, "I'm 81 and I've seen psychopaths last shorter than this. Oof, that's a burn." She's clinging to this victim act like it's her lad. You lot are on fire with the zingers, "I'm living for it." Someone cracked, "She's educating us on how to fail spectacularly." Pure gold, she's a masterclass in that. Another one landed, "She thinks we're uneducated because we won't kiss her royal backside." I'm howling, she's dreaming if she thinks we'll bow to this tripe. And the best, she's calling us peasants while she's the one serving up slop. Brilliant, we're the queens here and she's the jester. So, here's the kicker, she's got no one left to blame but the mirror. Does she really think we're the problem? Nah, it's her and you're all shouting it from the rooftops. Next up, hats this about her hats, axe D-stroke Trump rants. Tau qua hang in on, it's getting 3 juicy. Meghan Markle's Netflix flop just got spicier, she tried sneaking in anti-Trump jabs. Words buzzing that with love, Meghan had seen slamming Donald Trump during the 2024 election. But Netflix big wigs axed them faster than you can say ratings crash. 12 of you are jumping on this political drama, and I'm here to crank it up. She's diving into hot water and it's splashing back hard. She's prancing around with her flour-dusted cooking act, thinking it's the... You're fuming, she thinks putting down the president shows love. Too bloody right, her version of love is colder than a winter ditch. Reports say she was itching to flex some political muscle, maybe nudge the election from her Montecito bubble. One of you snarled, "They interfered in the last 2 elections, it's her job." Blimey, that's a wild one. True or not, it's got us all gabbing. Netflix smelled trouble, though they weren't about to let her torch their ship. They sliced those scenes out quick, terrified of the blowback. You're raging, she's shoving politics in our faces when we're just trying to get by. Too true. We're here for royal gossip, not her soapbox rants from a mansion we can't even dream of. One of you snapped, "She's so out of touch, get a grip." Spot on, she's lording it over us like we're her peasants. Who does she reckon she's kidding? This isn't her first dip in the political pond, she's been at it for years. You're sharp-eyed. Harry can't meddle in UK politics, so she's stirring it up here. Oof, that cuts deep, she's got a track record. Words swirling, she's been cozying up behind closed doors, maybe even with US power players. One of you roared, "She's here with Biden's nod to stifle free speech." Crikey, conspiracy or not, it's pure dynamite. She's dropped hints before that 2020 vote nudge ring a bell. She's desperate to be a mover and shaker, but this Trump fiasco might be her dumbest swing yet. Cutting it didn't help her one bit, the show's still a stinker. You're laughing, she's mad no one at Netflix wanted her. Too right, even without the Trump digs, it's a yawn fest. One of you quipped, She's got no talent, just tantrums. Love that. She's floundering and we're watching the wreck sink. Another one raged. She's a hustler, Netflix better wake up. Too true, they've hitched their wagon to a wild horse and it's bucking them off. You lot are dishing out the zingers, I'm hooked. Someone cracked. She's educating us on how to lose elections. Pure genius, she's a walking how not to guide. Another one landed. From yacht girl to political flop, what a journey. I'm in stitches, she's stumbling over her own grand plans. And the clincher, she's changing the world one bad vote at a time. Brilliant, we're not her pawns and she's finding that out the hard way. So, here's the deal, she's bitten off way more than she can chew. Was this her big political moment? Not a chance, it's just another dud, and you're all loving the chaos. Next up, how's her career falling apart? Hang tight, it's a cracker. Meghan Markle's career is crumbling faster than a stale biscuit, and her public image is right there in the dust with it. With love, Meghan isn't just a flop, it's the latest nail in her Hollywood coffin. 38 of you are watching this meltdown with glee, and I'm here to pile on. She's sinking, and it's a glorious sight. She's scrambling to stay relevant, but the world's had enough of her nonsense. She's been dropped like a hot potato. Universal, Geico, Carnival Cruise Lines, all bailing on her faster than you can blink. You're crowing, she's talentless, Harry. What were you thinking? Too bloody right. She's losing deals left and right, and it's no shocker who'd bet on a dud like her. One of you snapped, she's a disaster, he should divorce her. Ouch, that's cold, but it's the vibe out there. Her Netflix mess is proof she can't carry a project, it's a multi-million-dollar dud, and she's got no one to blame but herself. Her image, oh, it's a train wreck. She's out there acting like some grand educator, but you're not buying it. She's so unlikable, phony, and full of herself. Too true, she's strutting around like we should bow to her, while we're all rolling our eyes. One of you raged, she's a bully hiding behind a title. Spot on. She's trashed her family, ditched the royals, and now she's turning on us, the nerve. Another one hissed, she's got no friends, even Hollywood won't touch her. Two right A-listers are steering clear and her mates on the show. Paid staff, not pals. She's desperate to spin this, though keeps playing the misunderstood card. You're scoffing, she refuses to see she's the problem. Bang on. Every flop's our fault, never hers. Sound familiar? One of you roared, she's delusional, go away already. Too true, she's living in a fantasy where she's still a star, but we're wide awake. Another one quipped, I wish we could go back to when nobody knew her. Love that. Even Harry's probably dreaming of those days, poor sod stuck with her. Her past is catching up. To all that yacht girl chatter's bubbling up again. You're digging in. Publish her yacht days, let's see how she met Harry. Crikey, that's spicy, she's got skeletons rattling and we're all ears. One of you snapped, she's a grifter, Netflix was her last scam. Too right, she's been coasting on fumes and the tank's dry. Another one raged, she's got no shame, just jealousy of real women like Catherine. Too bloody true, she's green with envy and it's eating her alive. You lot are bringing the heat, I'm lapping it up. Someone cracked, she's the queen of failing spectacularly. Pure gold, she's crowned herself that. Another one hit, from suits to slop, what a fall. I'm cackling, she's tumbled hard. And the killer, she's so bad even her dog's embarrassed. Brilliant, that mutt's probably hiding under the sink, begging for a new owner. So here's the truth, she's toast. Can she claw her way back? Not a chance, you're all dancing on her career's grave, and it's a riot. Next up, how's her press tour flopping? Hang on, it's a belter. Meghan Markle's press tour for With Love. Meghan is a total washout, she's flailing, and nobody's biting. This limp little promo run's got less juice than a dried-up lemon, and her public interest is fading faster than a cheap dye job. 19 of you are clocking this snooze fest, and I'm here to rip it wide open. She's losing the crowd, and it's a delicious disaster. She's been trotting out to a handful of interviews. Drew Barrymore's gig was the big one, and even that was a cringe parade. You're gagging. It was sickening enough to make you vomit. Too bloody right. She's grinning and rebranding as Meghan Sussex like it's a golden ticket, but we're not impressed. One of you snapped, the more she talks, the worse it gets. Too true, every word's digging her deeper. Her media blitz is tiny, no big Netflix hype, no splashy ads, just a whimper compared to real stars. You're scoffing, it's like Rachel Zegler's Snow White tour dead on arrival. Spot on. She's bombing harder than a lead balloon. The public, we're over it, interest dropping like a stone. You're raging, she's boring, we've had enough. Too right, she's flogging this dead horse and nobody's saddling up. One of you quipped if we loved it, she'd call us smart, too bad it's rubbish. Love that. She's out there acting like we're the problem, but the truth's plain, her show's a dud and we're tuning out. Another one hissed, she needs to crawl under a rock and stay there. Too true, even her diehards are yawning now. She's trying to spin this, though keeps yapping to anyone who'll listen. You're not fooled. She's on Drew Barrymore and it's still lame. Oof, that's a sting, even a hugfest can't save her. One of you raged, she's insulting us while begging for views, pathetic. Too bloody true, she's got no shame, just desperation. Her big plans backfiring, media's barely buzzing and the chatter's all bad. You're smirking, she thinks she's special, we don't care. Nailed it. She's shouting into the void and we're plugging our ears. Netflix isn't helping, they've left her high and dry. You're cackling, they're not even trying, it's a ghost town. Too right, no promo push, no fanfare, just a shrug from the suits. One of you snapped, they should have pulled it, what a waste. Bang on. They're letting her twist in the wind and it's a sight to behold. Another one roared, she's sinking deeper with every interview. Too true, her popularity's in the gutter and we're not fishing her out. You lot are dishing out the zingers, I'm hooked. Someone cracked, she's educating us on how to bore the world. Pure gold, she's a master at that. Another one hit, from suits to snooze, what a legacy. I'm howling, she's sleepwalking to obscurity. And the kicker, she's so dull, even her dogs switch channels. Brilliant. That pup's got better taste than Netflix. So, here's the score, her press tour's a